So one thing I'm going to do this year is replace the bunks. The carpet's pretty tore up. It's mismatched. And the wood's, I think, in pretty decent shape, but I just want to clean that up. You can see how close the transducer is to getting knocked off if I overshoot the trailer when I'm loading. So I'm going to just cut those a little shorter. So what I'm going to do is measure from this bracket up to the front bracket, and I'm just going to leave about 1.5 inches behind this bracket here. Then on the front side, I'm going to leave about 3.5 inches. Okay, so I'm about 104.5 up here, plus my 1/2 inch, or 1.5 inches for the front. That's going to take me to 106 that I need to make my cut at. I'm also going to replace these guys here. They're at 13.5 inches. Now when you take your bunks off, if the wood's in good shape, you don't have to replace it, but my recommendation is for the cost of 2x4s, it's definitely worth doing. So I've marked my cut 106 inches, so I'll cut that off, and then I'll make another cut for my little bunk guide at 13 inches. So I just got this bunk trailer carpet. It's in black. I've got this indoor-outdoor carpet adhesive 6700 from Roberts. What I'm going to do is cut my carpet to length. That's the first step. And when you do that, you just obviously want to make sure you're going to have enough to fold up over the edges. And in this case, you know, this carpet isn't going to cover the entire bunk, so it's best to use treated wood if you can. So I'm going to cut it to length, spread out my adhesive on it, flip the wood over, and then we will staple it into place. Okay, so I've spread out that adhesive along the piece here, and now I'm just going to flip that piece over. This carpet's rolled up, so I've just put weights on either end so it doesn't roll up on me as I'm doing this. Just make sure you're centered before you start stapling. You can see at the top side there, you need to move a little bit to the right to get it on center. So that's better now. So what I'm going to do now is just press it down, and then I'm going to start with one side, pulling tight as I staple the carpet, and I'll just work my way down one side, leaving a little bit of room at the end so I can fold over the two front tips, and then I'll just work my way down the other side. So what I do on the corners is I just pull them tight here, cut on a 45 on each side, and then I'll open this up, slice straight up, and then that'll allow me to bring this up. I'll just kind of fold it over just like this, kind of tuck itself in on itself, and then sometimes it helps to use longer staples here because you have more material. So if you cut on that 45, then straight up, you're left with that. Usually come in about, you know, maybe 1/2 inch or so, and then cut on an angle just up here. That'll allow you to just pull it in and then staple it. So the install on these guides here is pretty straightforward. Just remove these ones and then put your new ones on. Over here, this one was rotted out, so it's been missing for a little while. So I'm basically gonna just center it up, mark out those holes, and just use an appropriate size drill bit with these galvanized screws here, and just put a washer on the outside.